In this video, we're going to take a look at exam revision for stem and leaf diagrams. Now, what we're going to do is just work through a couple of exam style questions for stem and leaf diagrams. So in this first question here, what I've got are the heights in centimetres of 14 students, and we can see that data here. And all I want to do is present this information in an ordered stem and leaf diagram. So because it's ordered, what we need to do here is take the data and put that from smallest to largest. So I've got 83 here, that's my smallest data point. So we've got 83. And what I'm going to do is as I write each one down, I'm just going to tick it off. So that's 83. Then got 89, so that's our next smallest value. And do take care here as you work through. It's very easy to make a mistake and not get these in quite the right order. So we've got 90 next. That's 90. We've then got 92. So 92. What's after 92? Is it 95? Yeah, 95. So 95 next. Then got 96 here. 96. 99's next. That's 99. We've got 100. And we've also got 101. So we'll tip both of those off. 105. We've got 105. 107. Then 110. So 107, 110. And then we've got 112. 112 and 119. Perfect. So let's just double check. We've got 14 numbers here. So that's 6. Hang on. 3, 6, 12. Oh, no, sorry. There's 5 there. So 6, 11, 14. Perfect. I can't count. So not a good start, but we got there. So now I want to present this in an ordered stem and leaf diagram. So what we need to do here now is insert the diagram. Do use a ruler for this. I'm doing it freehand, so it's not going to look very neat, but do make sure that yours looks a bit neater than mine. So what have we got here now? Well, we take a look at the leading digit, or the first digit here for each number, because this tells us how we lay the diagram out. So I've got 83 and 89 here. So the first digit here represents the tens. So I've got 80 and 80 again here. So we put that in to our diagram. We just put the 8 there, okay? We've then got data for the 90s, so 90, 92, 95, and so on. So that's going to be a 9 here within our stem and leaf diagram. Finally here we've got, well, not finally, not quite, because I've got 100 here. Okay, so that's going to be 10, 0. If we just extend this a little bit more, we've got the 110s as well. Okay, so that's going to be 11 there. So how we actually represent this then is, if I want to represent 83, we put a 3 after the bar. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to split this off a little bit, just so it's clear what each one represents, like so. Okay, so this 8 and a 3 here, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do my key now. So don't forget to do a key. You do lose a mark if you forget this. So 8 and 3 is 83 centimeters. Okay, so that's how we actually represent this data. So if I want to represent 89, I'm going to put a 9 now. Okay, and do tick off as we go here. So the next one is 90. So we move down to the 9 here. Well, because it's 90, we just put a 0 afterwards. Okay, keep going. So 92 next, we just put a 2. 95, that's just going to be a 5. 96, we put a 6. And then finally 99, well, we just put a 9 here at the end. Okay. We move to the hundreds now. So I've got 100 here, so that's going to be a 0. We've got 101, so that would be a 1. 105, so that's going to be a 5. 107, so that'll be a 7. And then we have no other data within the 100, or, just after 100 to 110. We take them off. We now move to 110. So because that's 110, that must be a 0. Take that off. We got 112, so that'll be a 2. And finally, 119, so we just put a 9 there. Okay. And again, just double check our answer here. Make sure that we've got 14 numbers. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Perfect. We've got 14 numbers. So that seems sensible again. And that's our ordered stem and leaf diagram there. Okay. So make sure you can understand how we lay these diagrams out. Don't forget a key. It's very, very important. Okay. So don't forget this. Let's just highlight this. Don't forget the key. Okay, now it doesn't have to be the first data point like we did here, the 8 and the 3 to represent 83 centimeters. You could have done, for example, 10, 0, line 0 to represent 100 centimeters, you could have done 9.5 to represent 95 centimeters. Just make it clear what the the data represents. Okay, so that's the solution to the first exam style question for stem and leaf diagrams. Let's take a look at another one now. So what I've got here are the ages in years of 12 teachers in a school. Again, we want to present this as an ordered stem and leaf diagram, so we need to order this data. So what's our smallest value here? 27? Yeah, 27. So 27 is the smallest value. Getting to this off as we go. We've got 29 here. That's the next one. So what comes after 29? We've got 32 here. Yeah, 32 is next, then 33. 32, 33. Set that off as well. 39 next. Yeah, 39 next. Take 39 off. We've got 40 here. That's 40. Take that off there. And we've got 47. Do that underneath. 47. Then we've got 50. We've got 51 here, so I'll take those off. 51. 55. 58. And finally 59 there. Okay, so 58, 55, and 59. Let's just double check we've got 12 data points here. We've got 6, 12, perfect. We've got 12 values there. So we've ordered the data. Now let's present it as an ordered stem and leaf diagram. Again, we put our bar in here. So we've got 20s here, so 27, 29. We've then got 30s, we've got 40s, and we've got 50s. So I need to put a 2 in. I need to put a 3 in. I need to put a 4 in. I need to put a 5 in. Okay. So again, if I've got a 2 here and I want to represent 27, I put a 7 on the right hand side. Okay, so let's just split all these off here just to make it clear. Like so. So what I'm going to do now before we forget is insert the key here. So the key, in this case, if we again just use the first value, 2 bar 7, this represents 27 years old. Okay, so 27 years old. And there we go. So that's our key, just ensuring we get that mark there. And it just helps to understand what the stem and leaf diagram actually shows. So 2 and 7 represent someone who's 27 years old. So that's 27, moving along. So we've got the 9 here, put the 9 in. So that's the 20s done. Moving on to the 30s now, we've got 32, we've got 33. So cross those off. We've got 39, and that's the 30s done. Moving on to the 40s now, we've got 40s, we need to put a 0 in. 47, so that's going to be a 7, and then we're done with the 40s. Take those off as well. Moving on to the 50s now, we've got quite a few here, so we've got 50, 51, 55, so 1, 5. Then we've got 58 and 59, so we need an 8 and a 9 here. Okay, and there we have it. So that's our ordered stem and leaf diagram. Again, let's just check we've got 12 values. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Perfect. So do always do that as a quick check. Obviously, if you get less than 12 or more than 12, then double check it's something definitely gone wrong. So with part B here, we're told one of these teachers is selected at random. Find the probability that this teacher is younger than 30. So what we're looking for here is the number of teachers that are less than 30 out of the total number of teachers. So we've got 12 teachers in total, so our probability will be out of 12. That will be the denominator. So now we're just looking for how many teachers are younger than 30. Well, in that case, they must just be in this 2 row here. So 27, 29. That means we've got 2 teachers younger than 30. That would give us 2 over 12, and we can simplify this if we want, which would be 1 over 6 there. Okay, so the probability that the teacher is younger than 30 is 1 over 6. So that gives us the solution to that question. And let's just take a look at one more here just to finish. So we've got the times in minutes it takes for 10 children to complete a small jigsaw. So again, we just want to present this in an ordered stem and leaf diagram. So again, we just need to order the data points here. So I've got 8, that's the smallest. We'll do this underneath. So that's 8. What's next? 11. So we've got 11 there. I've then got 12. I'll take those off. 11, 12. We've got 14. That's 14. 16 next. We've got 16, then 17. So 16, 17. We then got 18, 24, 24, then 25, and then 32. So 25, 24, 32, and let's just double check we've got 10, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, perfect. We've got the 10 data points there. So now we can present this in an ordered stem and leaf diagram. Again, we just take a look at these values here. So I've got 8. So I'm going to put 0, 8 here just to represent this. So if I go down here, so that 0 there represents any number that's under 10 minutes or any time that's under 10 minutes. So we put 0 there, then a 1. So that's for any time that's between 10 and 19 minutes. And we put a 2 in because we've got 24, 25. Put the 2 in, and then finally a 3 here to represent this 32. So let's just line these off, split them up like so, like that. So for the 0 here, this is for any time under 10 minutes. Well, we only have the 8 here, so that's just going to be an 8. So if we do our key now, so this 0, line 8, this represents 8 minutes. Okay, so 8 minutes. So 0, 8 is 8 minutes. Then we move on to the 10s. So we've got 11, 12. So again, let's tick these off as we go. I've then got 14, 14, 16, 17, and 18. Okay, so 14, 16, 17, 18. Moving on to the 27, we've got 24 and 25. We'll take those off. And then finally 32 here, we insert the 2 at the very end. And there we have it. So that's our solution to the final question. And that brings us to the end of this video on stem and leaf diagrams.